From Season 3, Episode 9 explored, as from Hurtles towards its season finale, the enigmatic series deepens its mysteries. A chilling new connection emerges between Tabitha Matthews and the late Miranda Kavanaugh, while Fatima's life hangs in the balance as she's imprisoned by Elgin and haunted by a spectral presence. With time running out, the fate of the town and its inhabitants remains uncertain. Alright everyone, settle in for From Season 3, Episode 9. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, well, let's just say hitting that subscribe button is way cooler than not hitting it. Just saying.
Right.
What shocking revelation does Ellis uncover about his father's past? In From Season 3, Episode 9, the story picks up right where the previous episode left off, as Boyd and Ellis find themselves reeling from the sudden disappearance of Fatima from the shed in the forest. Aware of the potential threat from the townsfolk, who hold Fatima responsible for Tilly's death, Boyd was determined to keep her hidden and safe, turning the shed into a temporary refuge. Although Boyd initially hesitated to let Ellis live with Fatima due to the dark influence affecting her, Ellis's loyalty to his wife ultimately convinced his father to allow it. The sudden realization that Fatima is missing prompts Boyd and Ellis to scour the forest and town outskirts in desperation. In the middle of their frantic search, Boyd experiences sudden, intense pain in his hand and an alarming moment of leg weakness. Although he repeatedly assures Ellis that he is fine, it becomes clear that something is seriously wrong. Concerned, Ellis urges Boyd to take a break, and they return to the sheriff's office. Here, Boyd finally confesses the truth. He suspects that he has Parkinson's disease, a condition that also afflicted his father. While some residents of Fromville were already aware of his condition, Ellis had no idea. The revelation is deeply upsetting for Ellis, not only because of his father's health, but also because Boyd kept the information hidden from him. Understanding his father's intention to protect him from worry doesn't fully assuage Ellis's hurt. Boyd admits that his physical symptoms are worsening, suggesting an inevitable decline toward immobility, a prospect that could mean death in their perilous world. An uneasy silence follows, before Boyd also shares a toll the monsters have taken on his mental state. He recounts traumatic moments, such as witnessing Tion Chen's torment and being forced to abandon Randall to danger, leading him to question whether Fatima's disappearance is part of a monstrous plot to break him further. Just as Ellis tries to console his father, a knock at the window interrupts them. Outside, a monster resembling a human nurse stands, delivering a taunt that shakes Boyd to his core. She mimics a gun pointed at her head, mocking Boyd's guilt and failures. Enraged, Boyd points his own gun at the creature, only to be stopped by Ellis. The night passes with tensions high, and the next day, Boyd and Ellis set out again in search of Fatima, but the looming threats and Boyd's deteriorating state cast a shadow over their quest. The monster's haunting focus on Boyd makes it clear that he is in grave danger, both physically and mentally.
Whatever took her, is that what killed Tilly?
We don't know.
What prevents Donna from revealing Fatima's dark secret to the townsfolk? As Boyd and Ellis prepare to leave the sheriff's office the next morning, they are interrupted by Sarah Myers, who arrives in a frantic state with shocking news. She reveals that she knows Fatima is missing and insists that she did not vanish by choice, but was abducted by an unknown force. Sarah recounts how, the previous night, she had experienced intense convulsions in her home, feeling as though she was possessed by a powerful force. The voices that once drove her to unspeakable acts now conveyed a different message. They told her about Fatima's dire situation, while the voices taunted and mocked, hinting that Boyd and Ellis wouldn't reach Fatima in time. They also suggested that she was nearby but terrified. This revelation casts a dark shadow over their already desperate search and hints at the formidable challenge ahead. Before Boyd and Ellis can act on Sarah's unsettling visions, they face another looming problem: Donna's determination to inform the townsfolk about Fatima's actions. In the previous episode, Donna, who had been mentally and emotionally fraying under the weight of recent tragedies, threatened to tell everyone about the crime if Boyd didn't. She believed it was necessary to warn the community about the potential danger posed by the demonic entity growing within Fatima. However, as Donna sits alone in Colony House, haunted by memories of better times, her resolve begins to waver. A poignant flashback shows a communal celebration marking Fatima's anniversary of arrival at Fromville. Donna reminisces about how Fatima's kindness, warmth, and generosity impacted everyone at Colony House. She recalls how Fatima's spirit and her cultivation of high-quality marijuana brought moments of solace and joy to a beleaguered community. This memory softens Donna's stance, making her reconsider whether exposing Fatima's secret is truly the right choice. Understanding that Fatima had been consumed by forces beyond her control when she killed Tilly, Donna chooses compassion over caution and decides to help protect her. With this newfound resolve, Donna joins Boyd in gathering the townsfolk at the diner, where they break the news of Fatima's disappearance. They strategically withhold information about her connection to Tilly's death, framing the situation as an abduction. The implication that a new threat might be at play resonates with the community, and despite initial fears and suspicions, the townsfolk unite to search for Fatima. The only notable figures absent from this gathering and the subsequent search effort are Victor, who is engulfed in guilt over his mother's fate, and Jade, who, disturbed by hallucinatory encounters with Christopher and Jasper, spirals further into paranoia. As search parties comb the woods and surrounding areas, the dire nature of the situation sinks in deeper. Despite their efforts, Fatima remains missing, her fate unknown and her presence felt only in the growing unease that tightens its grip on the town. The shadow of impending doom looms larger as Boyd, Ellis, and the others confront the stark reality of their worsening predicament and the haunting force that has taken an unsettling interest in them all. Will Fatima fall victim to the ghostly spirit's wrath? This plot twist from Season 3, Episode 9 delves deep into themes of manipulation, survival, and the ambiguous nature of supernatural intervention. Elgin's unexpected allegiance to the kimono-wearing spirit adds a complex layer of intrigue, positioning him as both a potential hero and an unwitting villain. His belief that Fatima's demonic pregnancy is key to the salvation of the townsfolk speaks to a classic horror trope, where characters are manipulated by forces they don't fully understand, often believing they are acting for the greater good. Fatima's captivity and transformation, marked by her initial revulsion and subsequent uncontrollable craving for blood, signify her unwitting submission to these dark forces. The sudden physical change, indicating accelerated pregnancy, heightens the urgency and stakes of the situation, giving the episode a visceral, intense progression. The revelation of the trapdoor beneath the cellar is an intriguing turn, suggesting potential escape routes or deeper secrets about Frumville's hidden past. The spirit's ambiguous role, whether protective or predatory, keeps viewers on edge, especially with the unresolved nature of its intentions. If Fatima's only hope for survival lies in the talisman she possesses, the tension surrounding its potential use suggests a climactic showdown that could either affirm or challenge Elgin's newfound faith in the spirit's guidance. The dynamics between Elgin, Fatima, and the spirit, as well as Ellis's desperation, promise a finale full of unexpected twists, moral ambiguity, and perhaps revelations that redefine what salvation truly means in the eerie and haunted world of Frumville. What hidden depths of herself does Tabitha unveil? The penultimate episode from Season 3 is packed with revelations and eerie hints that set the stage for an intense finale. Victor's storyline takes an emotional turn as he grapples with the guilt of urging his mother, Miranda, to save the children, a memory that had long eluded him. His desperate act of trying to chop down the faraway tree signifies his frustration with the mystery and his struggle to exert some form of control over the haunting forces in Frumville. The sudden appearance of the boy in white, now visibly older, adds another layer of intrigue. The boy's cryptic warnings and mention of changes, both in the town's weather and in the characters' fates, suggest a shift in the supernatural rules governing Frumville. The boy in white's remark about humans needing to suffer to learn from their mistakes suggests a deeper, perhaps punitive, purpose behind the torment faced by the townsfolk. This also indicates that the boy has agency and motivations that go beyond simply aiding or opposing the town's residents. Victor's subsequent visit to the underground cellar, where Fatima is struggling with the kimono-wearing spirit, sets up a potential confrontation that could converge all the main characters' paths. The arrival of Tabitha and Julie, guided by the unnatural children, signals that something pivotal is about to happen. Tabitha's visions when she touches Victor's shoulder are particularly significant, as they appear to unlock memories of Miranda's tragic last moments and her death at the hands of the smiley creature. This reveal implies that Tabitha might be connected to Miranda either spiritually or through reincarnation, adding a complex, mystical dimension to her role in the story. The hints that Tabitha could be channeling Miranda's spirit or as her reincarnation open up new questions about how the past is intertwined with the present. This suggests that past events may be repeating themselves or influencing current outcomes, deepening the mystery of how these characters are connected across time. The final episode is set to tackle these tantalizing hints, potentially revealing whether these connections will offer salvation, doom, or even more confusion for the residents of Fromville. Let me know what you think. Like this video if you agree, subscribe for more discussions, and comment your thoughts below.